Red or white seedless grapes, only $3.99 per pound. Fresh Purdue chicken thighs, only $1.79 per pound. Your choice of ShopRite vegetables, 14.5-ounce tin, hot price 99 cents. Scott toilet tissue, 4 rolls, only $4.99. Purex laundry detergent, 50-ounce bottle, only $4.79. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, March 21st. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. More tragic news for the island. Police have confirmed the death of 30-year-old Dejon Simmons. He was fatally injured last weekend during an incident on Front Street near a popular nightclub. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Simmons' death are now the focus of a police probe. Police Chief Inspector Naima Aswood explains.
Mr. Simmons was seriously injured in an altercation with another man on Front Street about 3:15 a.m. on Sunday, March 18th. He was rushed via ambulance to the King Edward Memorial Hospital, where he remained in critical condition in the intensive care unit until his death this morning. An overseas forensic pathologist is currently in Bermuda and will perform an autopsy. The 25-year-old man was arrested in connection with this matter, however, since which he has been released on police bail.
The Chief Inspector would not say what charges the suspect might now face, but based on this morning's developments, they could be serious.
This was an investigation that's very fluid. Obviously, with his injuries that were changing, we have to adapt our investigative processes to meet that. We have obviously just now recently found out that he is now passed, and because he's now passed, we now have to regroup and redirect our investigation to deal with his death.
The suspect was released before the victim died?
Yes, he was, because at that time we was unsure of how his injuries would play out. However, I would mention that he has been on police bail and has got an electronic monitoring device, so we are aware of his movements.
So does it mean that he could be rearrested or will be rearrested?
I don't want to say what we are going to do, but it's important that we have focus and direction when we deal with investigations, and we have all information at our hands before we make decisions when it comes to charge approval, which ultimately lies with the Department of Prosecution.
Detectives continue to appeal for witnesses who were in the Front Street area at the time of the altercation to come forward. They are especially interested in anyone who may have images or video of the incident. Anyone with information should contact Detective Sergeant Sharnita Tankard on 717-0709 or the Confidential Crime Stoppers hotline on 800-8477. And while the investigation into the death of Mark Dombrowski continues, it's still uncertain how he lost his life. We won't know what happened until forensic examiners make their findings public, but theories about his death abound. Gary Foster Skelton traced Mr. Dombrowski's last known steps in an attempt to shed light on what might have happened.
Okay. Was he just trying to get back to his bed? The disappearance and death of 19-year-old American visitor Mark Dombrowski has confounded the island. Was it an accident? Foul play? And why was he found a mile away from where he left his friends and 5 miles from his accommodation at Warwick Camp? Rumours and speculation abound, but I put one of the most intriguing theories to the test. We type in to Google military camps in Bermuda, see what comes up. Approximately 50% of the time, the first feature that comes in the search is Prospect Camp. On Wikipedia, see it there, you see the map, click the coordinates, go to Google Maps. If Mr. Dombrowski had never travelled independently outside of Warwick Camp, and if he had forgotten the name of the base, could he have thought he'd found his way back? For whatever reason, Mr. Dombrowski went onto Alexandra Road. Possibly, he may have thought it looked like barracks. The last time Mark Dombrowski was seen on CCTV, he was walking alone on Alexandra Road. On reaching the point where the road bears left, a gap between houses reveals an embankment and a fence. There are 2 towers, one tower with the light up there, and there is a tower over at Warwick Camp Could this just be the worst case of disorientation, made all the more confusing by the dark of night? Beyond the trees, can't see anything. A young man, alone in a strange country, nursing a shoulder injury and frustratedly trying to find his way back to his accommodation on a night which happened to coincide with a new moon, its darkest phase. Just beyond here, the fence comes to an end. Now, if he thought he was trying to get to something over there, but there's nothing, you can't see a thing, even with a light on. Did he clamber through the vegetation to get around the fence, thinking he was only a few hundred meters from his digs, when in reality, as the light of day reveals, he was actually only a few inches from a potentially lethal drop? Police are aware of this theory, as well as the many others circulating on social media, and there is skepticism as to whether a young man such as Mark Dombrowski would use the search engine on his phone in such a specific way. But if we could at least understand why he came to this location, perhaps it would be one less burden for the Dombrowski family to bear as they struggle to come to terms with the loss of their beloved son. Gary Foster-Skelton for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Again, our heartfelt condolences go out to the family of Mark Dombrowski. The Court of Appeal today overturned the conviction of Trevon Soltis, who was sentenced last year to 25 years for the murder of Lorenzo Stovall. He'll now face a retrial for the killing. The court ruled that Soltis had not had a fair trial, throwing out video evidence that formed a key part of the prosecution's case. Stovall was shot while inside a minibus near Woody's restaurant in Sands. Soltis will remain in custody pending a new trial. Stay with us. There will be more news after this short break.
Sears is Bermuda's largest home appliance store with over 200 appliances in our showroom. We have refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, washers and dryers. Sears has a wide selection of craftsman's tools and accessories. Beautify your home with our lawn and garden tools. We have everything you need for outdoor entertaining. Located at 41 Victoria Street, Sears is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sears, reliable delivery, quality service, and everyday low prices.
Jane just got diagnosed with dementia. Her doctor recommended home care service. Jane chose Bermuda in-home care, a full home care service with certified dementia care specialists available 24/7. Jane and her family was extremely happy when the caregiver showed up on time. The caregiver prepared her meals, reminded her to take medication, helped her with personal hygiene care, and solved puzzles with her. The family chooses Lighthouse Medical Supplies to set up all her durable medical equipments. Call Bermuda In-Home Care, 705-4424. Your one-stop shop for all your home care services and medical supplies. Taking the hassle out of healthcare, call now, 705-4424.
Jobs for Bermudians, that's the government's promise when it comes to the introduction of what is referred to as FinTech, or financial technology in Bermuda. FinTech is defined as new technology that aims to compete with traditional financial methods in the delivery of financial services such as mobile banking or cryptocurrencies. David Byrd, the Premier and Finance Minister, acknowledges that many people will not immediately understand what FinTech is about. Well, here's what he told Gary Moreno.
It's understandable as the situation with blockchain is incredibly complex, and it's something that the government has spent a lot of time making sure that we understand and making sure that whatever we introduce to bring additional growth and jobs to our economy is done inside of the context of making sure that we protect our reputation. And so what I indicated to Parliament is that in the very near future, the government will be issuing consultation bill for the first step of our FinTech initiatives. And there'll be a number of FinTech initiatives that you will see over the next few months. So we announced the first step. There will be future steps that will come in consultation with the Bermuda Monetary Authority, and further steps which will come in consultation with other local industries in Bermuda, such as the banks.
So what does this mean for the average Bermudian? What is this? Because when we hear FinTech, we hear blockchain, we hear Bitcoin, we tend to think big business.
Well, the only thing of which I can say is that what it should mean to the average Bermudian is jobs. And that's where the government is focused. We are focused on economic growth. We are focused on attracting companies to Bermuda to operate here in Bermuda to provide employment opportunities for Bermudians who are both here currently unemployed and for Bermudians who are overseas who are looking to return home. That is our objective.
And when he says employment for Bermudians, Mr. Burt means both directly and indirectly.
Certainly, we're talking in the industry and related to the industry. One of the main places that we're looking at where employment opportunities would be created is in the space of compliance. If you're talking about offering global platforms, you're going to have to ensure that the persons who are doing business, you have to check all of their information, the things which we're used to at the banks, source of funds, KYC, and all those different customer due diligence to make sure that the money is not the proceeds of crime and is reputable coming from those types of institutions. So where you've seen a lot of persons who have been displaced over the years from the banks, et cetera, and different types of items, we're looking to provide some additional jobs in that compliance sphere here in Bermuda. And so that's the framework of which we're trying to set up.
Speaking of jobs, dozens of students have taken part in a unique careers fair at Cedar Bridge Academy. 24 employers also joined in to provide jobs, internships, and advice for public school pupils. But as Hal Davis reports, it wasn't your typical careers event.
At first glance, this looks like an ordinary careers fair, with students and employers locked in earnest conversations. The talk is of job opportunities, internships, and summer jobs. And certainly, those are among the goals of the organisers.
We anticipate that students are successful, can secure some form of employment, and as well as receive an opportunity for an internship or an apprenticeship. And yes, perhaps more importantly, allow them to better be prepared to present themselves before employers upon graduating from the public school system.
And the students themselves.
Right now, I want to just get some hands-on experience working with code because I've done a lot of stuff in school, but nothing really outside of school. So I just want to get a part-time job where I can work with code. Because I'm getting a lot of business cards, giving out my resumes, and hopefully there could be something coming out of this.
This is far from the first careers fair in Bermuda, of course. But this is different. It's about the students marketing themselves to employers, and that's a crucial difference. The students have set up their own stalls, selling themselves rather than simply looking at what employers have to offer. So how successful has it been?
I've talked to many employers. I've got great advice from them, like long-term wise goals. I've also talked to this lady. She's like helped me get my business up and running. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So she gave me this nice packet on as to what I should do and how it will help me and later on in life.
A lot of people, they actually like my poster, so that's a good thing. They've been just giving me some mentors and referring me to different companies that I should go to and email for internships. And if you don't get a job from it or anything, at least you got the experience and got your face out there, because Bermuda's small, so I'm pretty sure they remember your face.
The chance for the students to display their skills and qualifications and talk about themselves in this format has been welcomed by many of the 24 employers present.
I certainly hope that it's something that they continue to do. A lot of times it's them coming to us in sort of an employment fair. I was at one at Southampton Princess just a few weeks ago, and I think this is actually more beneficial because we get to see their work as opposed to them just coming and asking us questions.
So a real opportunity for students from Berkeley and Cedar Bridge to put themselves in the shop window. Almost all the students we spoke to were off to university or college soon, but all recognised the need to get more information about the wider world of work at this stage, to enable them to get a career rather than just a job. Hal Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Hey Bermuda, I want to thank you for welcoming me onto your beautiful island last year. Not only did you completely sell out the shows, your love, passion, and excitement have inspired me. So much, in fact, that I'm creating an all-new show right now as we speak. And I thought, what better place to debut my all-new illusions than the incredible island of Bermuda. So my friends, it's official. I'm coming back.
Back by popular demand, One Communications presents Razor Returns with an all-new show at the Fairmont Southampton Hotel, May 11th, 12th, and on Sunday the 13th. So come on out to witness some of the biggest illusions the world has ever seen. This event is high-energy, state-of-the-art entertainment. This is a family-friendly event. Tickets sold at Audiovisual Hamilton and Somerset, Fairmont Southampton, and online at ptix.bm. This event is sponsored in part by Exclusive Events, to Sarah's family of service stations, Photogenic Photography, and Exclusive Flowers. Tickets are disappearing fast, so get yours today.
All my life is changing every day, in every possible way. And then I open up and see the person falling here is me.
Welcome back. Turning to weather now. A cold front will sweep through tonight, bringing rain and strong winds. The AccuWeather headquarters has the full details.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
Well, we're glad to bring you this AccuWeather forecast. Through the help of our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group, we do have some concerns, though. It's going to be a tumultuous night, stronger winds, showers, even some thunderstorms likely out there as a strong front marches through the region. You can see these brighter, more vivid colors on the satellite. That's where there are very tall cloud tops, very cold clouds way up there in the top of the atmosphere, and that's where we're finding some thunderstorms underneath, with a lot of lightning, gusty breezes, and some locally torrential rain. So here's the satellite estimate of where the rain is falling, and you can see it is marching in from the west. Here's the visible satellite giving us another perspective, kind of a black and white view of what our eyes would see if we were on the edge of outer space looking down from around 22,000 miles away earlier this afternoon. So the message here is that it will get cloudy, the rain will pick up, and the wind will remain active, and that's going to keep the seas agitated. Current temperature 71. That's not bad. Still a south-southwest wind at 20 to 24 knots, but that's going to shift, and we'll have a cooler breeze for the remainder of the week once this front, which is on our doorstep, swings through. On the inside, we have waves around 3 to 4 feet. Outside, they're increasing, waves up to 8 to 15 feet, and for good reason. There are small craft advisories, small craft warnings giving way to gale warnings tonight. So it's breezy, rain, and some rumbles of thunder out there tonight. Not a good night to be out for any extended period of time when those thunderstorms roll in. So again, later this evening we will escalate to a gale warning, and then tomorrow, once the front moves away to the east, we'll see that drop down to a small craft warning. In both cases, though, it's not going to be good boating weather, and that has indeed been the theme over the past 3 or 4 weeks. We just had a low tide. High tide coming up at 12:20 a.m. just after midnight. Low tide again early tomorrow morning. High tide at midday, but those waves will be choppy. Breezy tomorrow. Rain early will taper down to a few showers in the afternoon. And we'll be around 70, just a little cooler. So again, thunderstorm advisory through tonight. We are dealing with a small craft warning at the moment that will soon become a gale warning from late this evening through the overnight hours, and then that steps back down for a Thursday small craft warning. And here's Futurecast showing those strong winds from the south-southwest, and on our doorstep there's the wind shift line. As that pushes in, our storms increase. That's the front, and then we're dealing with a wind from the west. And then eventually wind from the northwest will take over as we step into the weekend. Regardless, it's going to be on the chillier, cooler side. Shouldn't say chilly. These folks are actually chilly in New York, Boston, and Toronto. Atlanta's cooler. Much of eastern North America is dealing with the cooler side. London looks okay. More clouds, though, 53 on a spring-like but somewhat cloudy day there. Down into the Caribbean, a lot of showers out there in Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. And as we look at the extended forecast here for us in Bermuda, rain early Thursday, showers late, cooling down. 62 is all we can do on Saturday. Leftover showers. Waves remain choppy as the winds remain active. Back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Virtual reality is bringing history to life, and Bermuda is a central character. Later this week, some of Bermuda's many shipwrecks will be featured on PBS NewsHour program. Tony Waterman dives in and takes a closer look.
3D imaging and virtual reality are the savviest new tools in the marine archaeology tool belt. Simple clicks can brush away centuries of sand, exposing the preserved skeletons of ships sunk centuries ago. Don't like this angle? No problem. Flick it up to see from underneath or up above. How about straight through? It's all part of the Bermuda 100 Challenge, an initiative which is digitally reconstructing the island's shipwrecks. It's a way to preserve marine heritage, but also of sharing knowledge about conservation with virtual tourists thousands of miles away. Enter PBS NewsHour senior correspondent and chief arts correspondent Jeffrey Brown. He got his first glimpse of the Mary Celestia in San Diego. It's one of the wrecks on virtual display at the University of California, San Diego, which is a partner on the project, along with Look Bermuda and the government. He then traveled to Bermuda last month to see some of the wrecks in person, including the Emma Davis and the Nerkoplin. Custodian of historic wrecks, Dr. Philippe Rouja, was his dive buddy and underwater tour guide. In a press release, Dr. Rouja said the PBS show is an incredible opportunity for Bermuda to showcase this work to the world. The show will air on Cablevision Channel 5 tomorrow. Tony Waterman for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
And we'll have more after the break, including all today's sports news with Earl Baisden. See you in just over a minute.
You can count on us.
Red potatoes, 5-pound bag, hot price, $3.99. Fresh certified Angus beef, top sirloin steak, just $9.49 per pound. Libby's Vienna sausages, original chicken, 4.6-ounce tin, only 69 cents. ShopRite beans, 15-ounce tin, hot price, only 99 cents. Old-time butter sliced bread, 24-ounce loaf, hot price, $4.59. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.pm or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
Philadelphia International Medicine provides international patients with access to a unique network of world-renowned doctors and surgeons that provide personalized medical and surgical care, connecting you to the U.S.'s leading healthcare specialists who are ranked among the best in the world. Healing is possible when you're confident in your healthcare team. To find out more, contact us at physicians@philadelphiamedicine.com or call 1-215-563-4733.
Welcome back, and now over to sports. Earl Baisden has all the details of the day's packed sporting program.
A new initiative for youngsters has been revealed by the Bermuda Football Association and Bermuda Brazilian Football School. Cal Blankendow lays out the rules for those who will be involved.
Number one, the player has to be willing to follow and take instructions. So if you have a player at your club that's the best, but they're not able to listen, this is not the outlet for them at this point in time. They have to have some self-discipline. They have to be willing to be athletic. So when there's times to run with or without the ball, they have to be willing to do that at the maximum potential. Time management is the key. Time management is the key. We will not accept that the training session starts at 5:30 and you will arrive at 5:45. Most likely you'll be sharing the door and your opportunity will be gone. Okay? Because it's not us putting it on, it's overseas, and if you go to an overseas trial, there's no such thing as being late. You have missed your chance. And then last but not least, any of the players that are selected and come, they will have to come with their report card. Whether you are coming for the pro opportunity or there's potential of an academic opportunity, without some intellect and brains, you're not going to make it far. And you're not going to make it off the island. And you shouldn't be making it off the island because you need to be independent to read and negotiate your own contracts.
Dellwood Middle School repeated as champions at the Bermuda School Sports Federation's Middle School Track and Field Championships that were held at the National Sports Center yesterday. Dellwood blew away all competition with 533 points. Their nearest rivals were Sand Secondary Middle School with 448 points, and T.N. Tatum rounded out the top three with 437 points. Dellwood won the girls' division with 308 points, followed by Work Academy with 213 points. Sand Secondary Middle School finished third in the girls' division with 203 points. T.N. Tatum won the boys' division with 265 points. Sand Secondary finished second with 245, followed by Dellwood with 227. Following the conclusion of the Best Swimming Series Age Group Championships, we now take a look at the Age Group Champions for 2018. Jaden Judd is the 11 to 12 girls champion. She accumulated 2,465 points, while Harlan Watson Brown claimed the boys title at the 11 to 12 year age group with 1,373 points. The 13 to 14 girls champion was Logan Watson Brown with 3,245 points, while Sam Williamson gathered 2,867 points to claim the 13 to 14 boys title. The girls 15 and over champion was Skylar Paul with 2,906 points, while Jesse Washington won the boys 15 and over title with 2,892 points. Vinzi Zul, the president of Footy Promotions, is now a FA registered intermediary agent. Zul is registered with the English FA under a intermediary number, and she becomes the first Bermudian female registered intermediary. The Bermuda Hockey Academy Islanders 2 team are currently now 6th in the Northeast Field Hockey Association Men's League that takes place in New York. The league resumed after a winter break with the Islanders playing 2 games. They started in 5th place and ended the day in 6th. The Bermuda Hockey Academy Islanders 2 went down 3-0 to Gloucester Field Hockey Club #1 team in their opener. Then they would go down 5-1 in their second game of the day to the New York City Field Hockey Club. An international fleet featuring the reigning 2-time world champion Paul Goodison of the UK is set to contend the Bacardi Morph World Championships next week on the waters of the Great Sound. Hosted by the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club and co-organized with International Morph Class Association, the 77th running of the World Morphs is scheduled to take place March 26th through to April 1st. Prior to that, the Bermuda Morph National Championships will be staged on March 23rd and 24th. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Staying with sport, a Bermudian teen, Trey Maxwell, is among the first to gain professional sailing certification from Bermuda College's new Endeavor Maritime Springboard program. And the 18-year-old is already finding doors opening up for him all the way in Italy. Here's more. For Trey Maxwell, being on the water has been second nature from a very young age.
When I was a kid, I would do all the generic sports that everyone else does, like football, cricket, even try swimming. Swimming stuck with me a little bit, but just really wasn't what I actually wanted to do. One thing with me is I tend to get a little bit bored easily. So the other sports are really repetitive. I just didn't find an interest in it. But sailing is always a different thing. Hundreds of boats, different sailing environments, different wind strengths and stuff, so it's just a different day every day.
But now his favorite pastime has turned out to be a viable career option by gaining qualifications at Bermuda College.
At first I thought it was just going to be all sailing, so I was like, yes, let's go. I'm ready for it. It wasn't too hard, but it wasn't too easy, which is a really good thing. I didn't know so much things behind all the sailing qualifications.
The course itself is no walk in the park, as students are taught technical skills in powerboating, marine first aid, seamanship, and more. Trey's younger brother, Taj, who is just 16 years old, are among the first to become dinghy instructors, with a gentle push from their mom, Nikisha.
Well, my mother got a call around November of 2017 from one of my old coaches that works at Endeavor, and because I've coached at the yacht club of the summer of 2017. I really enjoyed it. I have all my friends are all these qualifications and whatnot. I kind of missed out on the dinghy instructor qualification, so I wasn't able to take it. So I kind of felt left out, So Tom gave me the opportunity to get the qualification that everyone else had, and it worked out for the better, I guess.
It's worked out so well that Trey has found work experience in Europe.
I'll be traveling to Italy to become a RYA sailing instructor at Andrew Simpson Foiling Foundation in Lake Garda, Italy. Still really it hasn't clicked yet, even though I'm leaving in 3 days, but it's an amazing opportunity. I really am thankful for this opportunity.
So what advice does Trey have for other young people?
Honestly, I would say keep at it. try to branch away from football and cricket and all those like cliche Bermudian sports. Sailing it's a great sport. You get to meet a lot of different people from different cultures, and it's just a very fun and unique sport, and I really encourage everyone my age to do it.
Friends from the America's Cup Endeavor program are wishing Trey the best of luck in his sailing endeavor, wherever in the world it may take him. And that's all we have for you this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson. See you again tomorrow at the same time. Have a good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.